Hi, how are you doing? This is IBM-i By Doing. Welcome to IBM-i By Doing, a series of video sessions in which we do hands-on projects programming the IBM-i Midrange computer. I'm Madhu Vasudevan with over 20 years of IBM-i work experience at your service. The target audience is newbie programmers who want to learn RPG-4 or RPG ILE on IBM-i. We will mount our RPG bikes right on top of the Subfile hill and slide down the valley of data file processing in RPG-4 ILE. Just follow along. Working along with me, you will be able to do this. Early in this series, we will tackle the fabled RPG subfile, and we will create every possible variation of the subfile. We will create physical files, logical files, display files, printer files, and of course the RPG ILE programs to handle all these files. We will create some information display screens, some data entry screens, and generate some reports. Welcome to this session on RPG-4 ILE programming. In this virtual life on the cloud, you are a crossing guard with the Hogsmeade Railroad Station. Besides escorting newbie schoolers to the Hogwarts School of Magic, you have to build the computer interface for Muggle parents who want the train departure information at hogwarts.com. In this magical concoction, we will brew a potion to create a logical file to access trains information city-wise, create a display file with a subfile for inquiring on the train's information by showing a request screen, create an inquiry load all subfile program to pull up the train's information by inputting the city name, run the inquiry subfile program for a specific city or for all cities, and query the train's physical file to verify inquiry program output. Our subfile inquiry program will allow Muggles to look up multiple train records in one screen. The search screen will accept a center name as input. After entering a center name, the Muggle will press the Enter key. Our program will pull up all the records of trains going to that center. If the Muggle hits the Enter key without inputting a center name, our program will pull up all the records of all the trains going to all the centers sorted alphabetically. This process can be continued as long as user wants. Finally, F3 may be pressed to quit the inquiry program and end the inquiry session. The city-wise trains information may be viewed by directly querying the physical file. We will run the query command on the physical file train set with the record select parameter set to view the records for specific centers. We will thus verify that our inquiry subfile is indeed working correctly. To keep me motivated to produce more of such high-quality free content, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button below, leave a comment or two, and share this video with your colleagues, friends, and other IBM-i enthusiasts. Hit the bell icon below to actively follow along with the rest of our series. Let's create the logical file to access train information city-wise. Let's connect to an IBM-i. For the purpose of this free educational video, I am using the free access given by the kind folks at pub400.com. You can sign up for free with a valid verifiable email ID. The link is in this video's description. For the client, I am using the TN5250 emulator from sourceforge.net project TN5250. It is a free download, and that link is also in this video's description. But feel free to use any emulator or client access available to you. Launch the Client 5250 terminal emulator. Sign on to the IBM-i. Make it full screen. Check your library list. From the IBM-i command line, key in the command DSP-LIBL and hit enter. Note your current library. I will change mine to my second library, which I will use exclusively for this project. Hit F3 to return to command line. Key in the command, change current library, space, your project library, and hit enter. Note the message that your current library has been changed. Verify that by keying in the command DSP-LIBL again and hitting enter. Hit F3 to return to command line. To ensure that your IBMi uses the dot and not the comma as the decimal point, from the command line, key in the command, change job, space, decimal format, within brackets, star blank, close bracket and hit enter. So, let's write the schema of our train's logical file accessed by train center and train number. We will use the source entry utility SEU as our source code editor. Key in the command strpdm and hit enter. Take option 3 to work with source code members. Ensure file name is qdds-src and library is your project library and hit enter. Now you are inside the Program Development Manager PDM. Key in F6 to create a new member. Key in the member name transsetL. Tab over and key in source type LF for logical file. Press field exit, which in my keyboard is the long plus key, to clear rest of the input field and move cursor to the next input field. For description, key in set of trains accessed by center, train number, and hit enter. Source physical file member transsetL is open and ready for the schema of the logical file transsetL. Note the column specification ruler in the topmost row. Use the right arrow key to move the cursor under A. Then move it one column to the right. Then use the down arrow key to move cursor to the very last input line. Key in a star and hit enter. You have made a comment line. Hit enter one more time. Key in the comment end of specifications. Note that your letters are all in uppercase. Press Shift plus F1, that is F13, to change session defaults. Against uppercase input only, press N and hit enter. Press Home key to get cursor to command line on top. Move cursor to first input line under column A. Press a few star symbols and key in the comment logical file transsetL definition. In the next input line, under column spec T, key in the entry type R. Under column name, key in record format name trnrec. Move cursor to the functions column and key in the keyword pfile within bracket train set. Next row, move cursor to the T column and key in K for key. Key in field name center for first key. Next line, under T another K, second field name, train number, and hit enter. You are not specifying any individual field names because by default you want all the fields in the record format trnrec of physical file train set to be included in the logical file transsetL. Tab over to line number 5 and delete the next 10 lines by keying in D10 space and hit enter. Delete the next 2 lines as well. D enter and one more D enter. Press F3 to exit SEU. Against change create member, press Y and hit enter. Note the message in the bottom. PDM says that you have created a source code member called transsetL in the source physical file qdds-src. You have to compile this member to create the logical file object called transsetL, which will hold the access path to the train's information keyed by center and train number. To compile this member, transsetL, into a logical file of the same name, type 14 against the member and hit enter. The CRTLF create logical file command compiles the source member and creates the logical file object of the same name in your current library, which is your project library. You should see the file created success message in the bottom. If not, key 2 against the member to go back to editing the source member. Tab over to line number 2. In the line number column, key in an F and hit enter. Compare your code to what is shown in this video screen. Use the column specifications ruler to ensure that you got every column correct. Press F5 to clear the column ruler. Press F3 to exit SEU. Press Y against change create member if you made changes and hit enter. Then recompile the member with 14. Hopefully your logical file transetl will get created. Press F3 till you are back in the main menu. Check on your logical file. Key in the command dsplib, your project library, and hit enter. You should see the logical file object transetl. F3 out of the display. Let's examine the newly created logical file object. Key in the command dsp file description space your project library / transetl. Uppercase, lowercase letters doesn't matter. And hit enter. Scroll up a few pages. Note the record format name, the key field name, note that the data physical file underlying this logical file is also listed. The actual data will be held in this physical file's member. Press F3 to exit this display. Let's examine the fields in the newly created logical file object. Key in the command dsp file field description space your project library / transetl and hit enter. Scroll up beyond the record format name and note the field names, attributes, lengths, and positions. Press F3 to exit this display. Let's see what data is in the underlying physical file. Key in the command run query *n project library / trainset and hit enter. As expected, our physical file trainset has the records that we had keyed in with our data entry subfile program in previous hands-on sessions. Press F3 to exit the display. Let's see what data is in the logical file. Key in the command run query space open bracket close bracket your project library / transetl and hit enter. As expected, our logical file transetl has the same records as the physical file trainset. Press F3 to exit the display. Having created the logical file to access train information city-wise, let's create a display file with a subfile for inquiring on the train's information. To keep me motivated to produce more of such high-quality free content, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button below, leave a comment or two, and share this video with your colleagues, friends, and other IBMi enthusiasts. Hit the bell icon below to actively follow along with the rest of our series.